Hello everyone, I'm Jahan Hashimzadeh from the group Neocortex. Today, me and my groupmates Anar Melikov and Nazrin Gasimova will introduce you our presentation on the topic of the establishment of new eco-friendly TV channel, which we called Gaia TV. As the environment plays a significant role to support the life on Earth, some issues and problems are causing damages to life and the ecosystem of Earth. It is related not only to the environment, but also to everyone who lives on our planet. Besides, the main source of those problems is pollution, global warming, greenhouse gas effects, and many others. The everyday activities of humans are constantly degrading the quality of the environment, and this is the case for our country, Azerbaijan, as well. As we are the oil country, the environmental problems and pollution that raises from that is obvious to everyone. The condition that the Caspian Sea is having is very bad because of the oil leaks that take place. In addition, some 10,000 hectares of lands of Absheron Peninsula have been contaminated by the oil as a result of decades-long oil and gas exploration and exploitation in that area. In addition to that, secondly, deforestation is another problem. In fact, deforestation rate has increased in our country as a result of burning trees or cutting them off for industrial purposes. And in addition to that, the degradation is another problem which shows itself in the form of erosion and desertification. Especially in Kuraraz zone, the irrigation systems have lowered the productivity of the soil. You might ask why, because it weakens its contents, right? Out of the 1.4 million hectares which is equipped for irrigation, only about 2/3 are being irrigated. And that means 0.6 million hectare area is now affected by salinity. So as you can see, poor irrigation practices both wastes the water resources and it also increases the levels of salinity. So it's something very bad. And thirdly, the air quality has decreased. It is due to the industrial plants and the emission of harmful gases to the air as a result of transportation. And last but not least, biodiversity can be mentioned. As you know, it's also being threatened by all those factors. We have so many different species of animals and plants, which is in fact more than 300 species that are included in the Red Book of Endangered Species. So dear mates, you see where we are now. Considering the costs that Mother Nature faces because of the pollution and harmful events, we came up with the idea of the establishment of new TV channel, which is called Gaia TV, because we believe that would raise the awareness among the people. And to measure the current awareness level of our local people, we had a short survey, as you can see in the screen. Roughly 100 people were participated, and they were mainly young adults and teenagers. They were asked questions about the environmental problems of our country, and here, as you can see, while 36.9% of respondents think that the current environmental situation of Azerbaijan is moderate, 57.3% thinks that it needs urgent improvement. In addition, we also wanted to see whether people have previously seen any successful advertisements or calls regarding the environmental issues on Azerbaijan on TV or radio, and it turns out that half of the respondents actually have seen such kind of advertisements, but when it comes to the fact whether it was successful or not, approximately 68% of the respondents responded that it was not successful. And in addition to that, one more data we collected, it turned out that out of those 100 people, approximately 90% people would like to watch separate TV channel in which the environmental problems of our country are covered. So dear mates, as this turned out to be, all of these factors encouraged us to decide on the establishment of Gaia TV. In this channel, we plan to broadcast different programs that represent the current ecological environmental situation of the country or different video tracks. And our main aim, this is the most important part, and our main aim is to motivate people to change the current situation to the better one, and also to have eco-friendly and clean environment. Now I will give the floor to my groupmate Anar Malikov, and he will tell you more details about the urge to have Gaia TV and how it will work. Thank you so much.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now I will talk about the working mechanisms of the Gaia TV. Thus, for beginning, I want to ask some fundamental questions for understanding the rationale behind all of that. So, what we need as a society from the environmental perspective, do we have enough knowledge or access to it as a society? We make the survey, and the answers of the survey rationally show that we do not have enough attention toward the ecological side of our country. And they also mentioned that their preferences toward a cute, amazingly beautiful nature world rather than meaningless TV content now we have. So this argument actually created a basis for us to create the Gaia TV and make the ecological awareness program for our nation. Because we do not have only the political conflicts or economical wars and a criminalized society. Our main and major global task is the restoration of the beautiful planet Earth, and all the nations must work together along with Azerbaijan. So surely we need the propagation of the information at the first place for clearly, understandably, and observably for our nation. And do we need the technologies in this field? Surely yes. And we need to understand the programs, established ones, such as the Solar City or SpaceX, Tesla. These are the environmentally effective and productive programs that are established by the Elon Musk. I love his programs because that creates the beautiful beneficial influence toward the blue future of humanity. And I want to mention the developed countries' the approach toward the environmental issue and propagation of information. Thus, can we teach the mathematical formulas or statistics to everybody in our nation? So I believe surely not. And that's why the developed countries, they created the Ecomedia. This system works very well in the developed countries, and we can adopt this program for our nation. For example, the ABC, the channel of the Australia, created the reformations about the environmental side of their country. And they developed the problem from the social sphere to the political one, and they gained success in the end. That's mentioned in the Ben Dipley's and Gay Hawkins article about the correct usage of the Ecomedia. And also I want to mention the Aaron Howley's article about the pedagogical utilization of the TV. So how the animation worked very well to create the ecological concerned citizenship behavior, not only the kids, but also in their parents, and tighten up their boundaries with the nature world, even though they live in the urban society. So that actually works and creates how the influence of the social pressure and the ecological ecomedia's work in the humanity. I want to show the example from our nation. So as we know, the Caspian seal is one of the endangered species in our country, and in the Gaia TV, I think we can, for example, mention the short part of its life cycle and how it showed obstacles and dangers in the Caspian Sea because of the overpolluted areas of it. So as we saw from the David Attenborough's documentary, how it worked and changed the human's mindset and their behavior after understanding their actions result. That showed us actually in the social science, especially in the sociology and psychology, how the social pressure works. So if actually we can show the benefits of this environmental, beautiful social life, and we can create after the showing the benefits, we can create the mindset that works, belief system about their actions, and this will lead totally the change of their behavior and create the anthropological environmental cycle of the Azerbaijani people. And that's what the mechanisms we want to create in the long run. Thanks for listening, and now Nazarene will continue.
Hello everyone, I'm Nazrin Gasimova. As it's understandable, I will conclude our presentation, and it's great pleasure to have such an interesting topic to talk about and very amazing group mates to work with. Thanks Jahan and Anar for your great job. Now, in my part, I will touch and clarify some points and try to answer some questions such as how we will reach our audience and how shall we promote Gaia TV. But before making a clarification to these questions, I would like to summarize Jahan and Anar's part. Firstly, let me mention the quote of Richard Branson, who said, "There is no planet B. We have to take care of one we have." So what Jahan basically tried to say is the same what I mentioned before. She gave clear and very detailed information about the current pollution level of our country in order to show you the importance of the topic. Additionally, she also added some survey results which were just taken from our citizens, and these results really show that our country needs urgent improvement in terms of pollution level and to make people as much as be aware of the environmental issues. For that reason, we believe that Gaia TV could help us to make people more informed about what is happening around them and how we can overcome all these issues. Moreover, Anar perfectly mentioned all information about our project and saying that our main aim is, as Aaron Havley mentioned, to establish ecologically concerned citizenry. So at first glance, it may seem impossible that how we can be what we watch, but nevertheless, we can. Now it's time to investigate and clarify how we are planning to reach our audience and how we are gonna promote Gaia TV. Firstly, in modern world, the best way to your voice be heard is basically through the social media. So we are planning to share posts on social media accounts of Gaia TV to grow up great audience attention. It is the fact that young adults and middle-aged people who are in our main targeted group, more than 80% of those people who are using social media accounts every day. Additionally, the average of 2.5 hours per day is spent on social media by different levels of generations, which basically helps me to enhance my argument. So the statistics show that with the help of posting the information on the social media accounts of Gaia TV could help us to reach all the levels of generations and make these people be aware of the issues that surround them. Another way is putting advertisements, boards on street and advertisements of Gaia TV in other local or national channels. From our perspective, putting ads on street boards or in local national TV channels would be very useful and effective throughout the process. But it is because every day lots of people go to work, universities, or school, or just sit at home and watch TV. So with the help of this advertisement, even while sitting in the bus or sitting at home or going somewhere, they could be able to get information and be aware of our project without spending any efforts. So to add that idea, our survey results also show that Approximately 87% of people prefer watching programs about nature of our country, which is really great number. And all in all, I would like to emphasize it one more time that we don't have other homes to live. We just have one, and our earth has to be protected by every and each of us. So such channel is really needed in our country to prevent really worse consequences that rises from pollution and environmental problems. And the younger generations will be more targeted to have more like environment aware citizens for the future. So that's what I would like to share with you. And thanks for listening. Thanks for your attention.